Hello and welcome to Coffee with Katrina. The guest we have on the show today is someone who was here exactly 2 years ago. You might remember him as the author of a supposedly world-famous book called NRI Chooth. Well, despite limited sales, he is releasing a second book, 50 Habits of Highly Successful Chooths. Let's welcome Sanjay Manaktala. So how have you been, Sanjay?
I'm good, Katrina. Thank you so much for calling me back here.
Alright, so we're sticking to that story. What have you been up to in the last few years?
Honestly, Katrina, the last few years have been fab, all right? Not only have I really grown on my own personal journey as an NRI Chooth, I've actually collaborated and congregated with other NRI Chooths and really taken advantage of synergies prevalent in our community.
Really? How so?
The first thing I realized when I had, moved to India was, hey, I'm an NRI. NRIs, we're from the US, the UK, Australia,
What about the Middle East, Dubai, Singapore?
Oh, they don't count. So anyways, back to being a Chooth, right? I thought now that I am in India, what better way to really get immersed in the culture and, really understand the place, really experience it the way my parents did, than to come here and only hang out with other foreigners. And then go to Goa.
I don't think that's an ideal way to...
Synergies, Katrina. Synergies. All right. Many NRI Chooths together, loud and annoying, singing karaoke at a bar, are way more stronger and greater than the sum of their NRI Chooth parts and stuff.
No, but Sanjay, I don't think, for example, NRIs in Dubai would appreciate what you're saying.
Dubai? You mean Kerala? No, but honestly, I think, you're not really an NRI Chooth, a real one, unless you were born in a country simply by luck. I mean, you had nothing to do with it. But then, just by chance, you come back to India acting like you're better than everything. That is the NRI Chooth credo. You know what credo?
No, I completely get it. So, you've been to Goa?
Yeah, actually, I went to the really nice upmarket part of Goa, Baga.
So, you've been traveling quite a bit since we last spoke?
Katrina, I really want to, but it's been kind of strange, even though I'm a fully grown man capable of doing my own things, like coming to India, having a job, my relatives here, they really bring out the NRI Chooth in me. They act so impressed by even the simplest tasks that even a 10-year-old kid could do. But when I do it, whoa. The other day, I bought groceries. I took a rickshaw. My relatives like, that's amazing. How could you do that? You're so brave, And even coming here, not to brag, but I took a taxi all by myself. I mean, it was an Uber, but still.
Wow, Uber.
Not just any Uber. Uber X.
So, what about dating? I see you're wearing the same jacket as last time.
Oh, yeah, actually, I haven't had time to go back to the US to get new clothes, so...
We have your Zara here. What about the malls?
I mean, you might have Zara here, but it's not the same. See, this is Zara, from the US. You see, it's... you like that? Yeah, see? Check it out, Zara. It's real. It's real.
Made in India. So, anyway, the girls.
Are
you single now?
Katrina, I'd really not like to get into that, if you don't mind. It's a bit personal. But I will say I am over the fact thinking that girls are so shallow and they only want me for my US passport. I'm over that stuff. I realized that was wrong.
Good.
Yeah.
I'd say, thank God.
And they want my OCI too. You know what? I carry this with me too. Earlier I'd carry the US passport, but now OCI is a cool thing. Yeah,
right.
So it's it's neat. OCI.
So the girls, you
no,
were saying.
Actually, can we deviate? You can thank Mr. Modi for this, by the way, actually. I don't know if you remember, Modi was in New York at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, he
and
was.
Honestly, that was such a beautiful moment for all of us in the NRI Chooth family, because for the first time you saw 20,000 NRI Chooths together, all being hypocrites. It was fantastic, you know. They're like, yeah, we're so proud of India. It's like, are you gonna move back? No, but like it was just so
Okay,
great.
so back to the girls you were saying.
Oh, you know, the cool thing about being an NRI Chooth is I talked about in the first book about how girls only like you for your accent. In this book, I actually delve deeper into the benefits of having an accent. Like, when you have the accent, you don't need to wonder or worry about those other pesky things like, you know, personality or accomplishments.
What do you do, say, when you have two NRI guys in a group? I mean, you're at a bar and there's this British guy who comes along with a better accent.
Ooh, that's a very good question, Katrina. Very good question. You know, so every NRI Chooth lives by another credo. Remember that word credo that I mentioned? C-R-E-D. You can Wikipedia's here, right? You can check it on Wikipedia. So basically, another credo that we have is that there can only be one NRI Chooth per circle of friends. And I'll give you an example. One time, having to deal with this sort of competition, there was a really good-looking French NRI dude who became friends with all of my friends. Yeah.
So how'd you deal with the competition then?
Oh, I got new friends.
Fabulous. I just have a few more questions. I know you're a busy man.
Oh yeah, I have a very important meeting after this.
Really? Where at?
Starbucks.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it just opened.
What?
It just opened because FDI. You know FDI? What FDI means?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Well, later on in the book, you have a chapter called NRI Chooth Beyond Year 2.
Oh, well that is, you know, honestly, the thing about being an NRI Chooth, we're divided into two groups. Those that stay for less than 2 years, only to, you know, apply to business school while they're here and pad their resume doing it. And those that are actually here for a bit longer, the long haul, you know. And I'm part of that group. I've been here 4 years. So, you know, I talk about how when you are here longer than that, you can actually start to think like your opinion matters about infrastructure, voting, politics. And that's really, you know, when not only are you a Chooth at home, you're also a Chooth again in India. So you have become a worldwide Chooth.
Oh.
And you know, Katrina, honestly, like, that's really, you know, why the book is so near and dear to my heart, and I'm hoping people read it. It's like such a special book. You know, it really shows us that aren't we all just NRI Chooths? Don't we all need to get in touch with the NRI Chooth in all of us, you know?
Okay, wonderful. So, lastly, I want to talk about family. Being an NRI Chooth and all, you should have a lot of relatives around here. How do you deal with that?
You know, it's an exciting time to be an NRI Chooth, I must say. And another piece of advice is when you visit family here, it's very important as an NRI Chooth to be very excited, or at least act excited when you meet them. You know, everybody knows you're staying there because you need a free place to stay, you know. But, you know, like, you know, a lot of NRI Chooths, our mom would be like, hey, so-and-so is on the phone calling from India. And we're like, no, we don't want to speak to them, you know. But when we come here and we need that apartment, we got to act really excited, you know.
Right.
So I just advise you, you know, be really enthused about it, you know, take a lot of selfies with them so they feel important. They'll be impressed with like your new iPhone 6 or 6 Plus or whatever. Is the iPhone 6 out here?
No, what is iPhone 6?
iPhone 6, it's the new Apple iPhone. Oh, you guys have that Imagine thing, right? Yeah, they don't release it when, you know, the other countries.
So, where do we find your book? I'm guessing it's Amazon again.
Oh, no, actually, I sort of had an issue with Amazon. They thought I was writing some fake reviews or something. By the way, they have websites. I heard they have websites where you can hire some kid in Bihar to write Amazon reviews for like
Really?
5 rupees a review. Yeah, I heard, right? But I would never do something like that. But the book is now available on Flipkart.com and Snapdeal.com. They've picked it up, yeah.
Good, nice.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at Amazon.in because Amazon has started here since
Yes,
the last
it has,
time, you know, I gave this interview. But, you know, .in, you know, even tech-savvy NRI Chooths know that we prefer .com. Like, sometimes I'll go to Google and it's like, whoa, .India. I'm like, bro, Google.com, please. Come on. Yeah. So. Oh, and by the way, it's also available at. Okay, so you know the crossword over in Indranagar?
Crossword sells your book?
No. So there's a guy outside by the rickshaw who sells a bunch of books on the table. I've given him a few copies, so you can probably speak to him. I think his name is Manjunath. Yeah.
All right, Manjunath it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the end of our show, and I want to thank you all for being with us, watching the show, and I want to thank Sanjay Manaktala for being here with us for NRI Chooth's 50 Habits of Becoming a Highly Successful Chooth. And if you like the show, please hit the subscribe button below. Until next time, see you around.
Yeah, and please write a 5-star review for the